Welcome back to Guitar Quackery Live. This is you watching Guitar Quackery Live, which is Guitar Quackery Live, which means it's live, unless you're watching a replay of this, which you probably are, since no one's watching as we speak. I can tell. I have my stats up on my computer. So, yeah, you're not watching it live, you're watching a replay. Which is okay. What are we doing here? We are about to do some more work on that jazz bass that I've been refretting. So a refret with a, it was a refret with a fretboard, fingerboard correction. Okay, so you are now watching part 9 of this series. It's on a playlist. Okay, so today is December 2nd, 2024. I almost said 1924. Yeah, I was born in the 1990s. So I'm used to saying 19 something. Okay. Fender jazz bass. It's not here. It's on the neck jig. And I'm about to go there. I guess before I go there, let me show you what I am going to use. I am going to use eventually a crowning file. Maybe this one. Maybe a couple of them. Right now I need to mark off the frets in red, and I like to use these to make sure that I don't put red marker on the fingerboard. I think this size, I'm going to take both with me and see which one is the better size. I'm not sure if anyone's watching. It looks like I did have one viewer. All right, no problem. I am also streaming outside, or should I say projecting, streaming? I don't know. Let me check that that's actually happening. Let's see. No, it's playing another video. Why is that? I don't want to play another video. I want to play my video. This one, the one you're watching. So let's try that. Open app. Oh, come on. All right, bear with me. It always takes a minute to set this up, but it's important to stream it outside because people are watching sometimes. And I believe that is in fact what is happening now. People are watching, I think. Let me check something. Yeah, I think so. People are watching. Okay. No problem. They are watching. Well, I don't know if anyone's watching, but it is definitely streaming outside. Yeah. So now, it's a jazz bass that had a bunch of work done to it. And now we are about to do some more work. So let me take this out. And here we go. Here it is. Okay. I'm going to first decide which one of these to use. I think this one's too big. I could use either or. But I'm going to use the smaller one. All right, so let me remove this for now. I'm running out of space. I'll show you what this is for. And just mark off all the frets in red. I did like a preliminary spot leveling on the bench, just making sure that there are no frets that are really uneven. Severely uneven, that's what I meant to say. But now it's on the neck jig. And you know, it took me a minute to put it on the neck jig, but I wasn't live streaming that part. I think that part's kind of boring. So I'm only live streaming the actual procedure. And I guess this part is also boring, but it only takes a minute. So for those of you who don't know, I will be removing material from the frets to make sure that they are all even against each other. That procedure is called leveling. So I mark them off in red so that I can see exactly where I am removing material. There. That was a band that was rehearsing. So we are streaming live from Bob Elliott's Music Makers, NY. This is the #1 music studio in New York, Midtown Manhattan. Yeah, I let it dry a little bit. So please, if you are around one day, perhaps you come and visit Bob Elliott's Music Makers. I just rent a space here for my shop, which is Guitar Quackery. Guitar Quackery is also the name of the main channel. This channel is Guitar Quackery Live. Okay. Now I'm going to do an initial pass with this. This is the fine grit, straight leveling beam. So I have a switcher here, and it seems like, okay, I don't know where to put it. I'll put it right here. So, okay, this one. So this way, I can take a read of the topography. And see where I have high spots and where I have low spots. And I don't have a close-up camera, but yeah, it's not too bad. That's actually pretty good, which is why I said it's not too bad. But we want it to be better, which is why we're doing this leveling. Yeah, so it is a 7 1/4 inch fretboard, and here I have a 7 1/4 inch sanding beam by Skyscraper Guitars. So this is a fantastic tool. Skyscraper Guitars, yeah. You can buy this online. I did put a link in the description. It is an affiliate Amazon link, which means that if you buy through that link, I actually get paid a small commission at no extra cost to you. Yeah, if you are in this business, I highly recommend the Skyscraper sanding beams. They are a bit longer than the Stumac sanding beams. So by 2 inches. The Stumac is an 18-inch size, and this is a 20-inch size. I guess they're about the same price. I don't really know. Okay. So here I clamped this, and I have this little pill box, pill container, so I don't poke myself in the eye. I am just going to put it like this. Okay, and now I can do my initial pass with the sanding beam. It is more aggressive than the straight sanding beam I used for the initial read, but I can remove more material at once and maintain the radius. I can also maintain the radius with a straight one if I'm not removing too much material. But like I said, I just want to be able to remove more with each stroke. Yeah, it's looking good. I am using P320 grit sandpaper on this one, and it's a fresh sheet. I'm using the 3M brand this time. I did not put a link for the sandpaper, but I guess I can edit the description after the live stream and put a link. Yeah. We're kind of almost done. Because I did plane the fingerboard, we had a good foundation to for the frets to be seated. Look at that. Not much left to be leveled off. Yeah. Okay, since I have all the frets marked off in red, I can really see where I am sanding off the metal. It's exposing the fresh metal. And because of this, or thanks to this, I am able to keep my sanding beam straight. Now, I want to take a break from this and just take the fret rocker and check all the frets. This is the fret rocker. I'm just going to go over the entire fretboard. Nothing here. So if it rocks, I know that I have an uneven fret. Well, it only rocks when I find a high spot. so it can't detect a low fret, right? I'm not expecting to find any uneven frets, but I think it's good practice to check. And I'm looking at the red marker. Yeah, I want to do just a little more. Not much. So yeah, here I need to be careful. And I just go like this. On one of the previous live streams, I was working on a Gibson SG, 1970s Gibson SG, and I had to make a decision during the leveling. I had to make the decision to do a compound radius and also to roll the edges of the frets a little bit under the sanding beam. So you should watch that, 1970s Gibson SG. There's a whole playlist. Yeah, I think we're good. So I did remove the bulk of the material. I'm going to remove a little bit more from here just by pushing down a little bit more at the front. Because I still see some redness here that's still, it's not exactly untouched, but I just want to make sure that it's all even, because sometimes even the fret rocker can't detect everything. Because remember, the fret rocker is only detecting some high spots when you test 3 frets at a time. So if you have a low spot, you might see a little bit of red left, but the fret rocker would not detect it, if that makes sense. But I definitely don't expect to see any high spots. Maybe there's a low spot here. So here now I'm going to be pushing down here, almost kind of tilting this, just to put a little bit of fall away on this part of the fingerboard. And in fact, I can see that I'm removing the material from these frets because I have the shavings here and less here, and then I can't even see any shavings there. So that's exactly what I want to do now. I'm almost lifting here. It's very subtle. Okay. And then I also do this just by sighting the reflections across the entire fretboard. I just go left and right, and it's catching this light or one of the lights. And I just kind of move my head. Want to make sure they all move even in an even way. Yeah. So let's do another test with the fret rocker, just to be sure, especially in this area. Yeah. We don't have any high frets. I could end it right here. In fact, I will. So why don't I remove this? Put the pill container away in case I need it for pills. And now I am going to continue with this just to smooth out the surface. I do have two grits here, so I'm going to start with this grit here, which is a little bit coarser, and I'm doing this in a zigzag motion. Okay. And now I can finish off this way. Okay, looking at the reflections, I want to see that brush metal look, and I want it to be in this direction and even. Maybe another pass. Yeah. All right. And now I flip it, and I use the fine grit. The fine grit, so this was 400, and that's 600, I think, yeah. But it's been used a lot, so it's no longer a 600 grit at this point. It must be more like 1,000. okay. Yeah, they're looking good. So now we need to re-crown the frets. So for re-crowning, I'm going to use a crowning file. I could put the red marker again, or I could skip it. If I skip it, I just need to look at the light reflection. But, alright, why don't we put the marker? Sometimes I do it this way, and other times I do it the other way. So let's do it this way, this time. Oh, I forgot something. I wanted to put a little bit of a fall away here, but I can still do it. In fact, no harm done. Not fall away, differential relief. Yeah. I had to take a few days off. I'm just overworked. And you see I'm mixing up my terminology. So the fall away is here. And I really didn't do much in terms of a fall away. I just, you know, kind of spent a few minutes there. But now I wanna remove a little more material just from the base side with a short leveling beam. Maybe this one. I do have a couple. So what's a differential relief? I want it to dry first. Well, it's generally a good thing to have just a little bit more relief on the bass side than on the treble side. So that's what I'll do. Just on this side. And because I did mark them off in red, I can monitor exactly what I'm doing. As you can see, I am going in a zigzag pattern. I don't always do this, but why not? I'm doing it now. I don't even know why I decided to do it. I just did. It's not a bad thing, you know, so. And that's it, you know. It's not much. Okay. Now, like I said, we're looking at that brush metal thing. So I want to finish off in this direction as much as I can. But we'll be doing some polishing later anyway. Okay. Flip it. And, you know, just a subtle technique that, you know, doesn't show on camera, but I am actually pushing down on this side more when I'm in this section. And I am a little bit at an angle. And now when I go to this section, I'm at this, a little bit at this angle, at that angle, and I'm pushing down here. And this is removing a microscopic amount of material. So, but it's there. Okay. So now I'll take my red marker again and restore the red. Even here I touched it a little bit. Okay. So this is almost like bonus material for this live stream and for the customer. I didn't charge extra for this, but I'm doing extra work, obviously. All right, so we'll let this dry. Obviously, just takes a minute. And I'll get the file ready. So I'll be using first a coarse crowning file. I have quite a few. Oh, let's see who's watching. How many people? 6 people watching. Yeah. YT Party Tonight. He's back. Yeah, that's me. I'm back. Yeah, I don't know if you missed the beginning, but I actually had a live stream about an hour ago, 2 hours ago. I was just exhausted and overworked, and I was a little bit sick. And we had a holiday here, Thanksgiving. So, yeah, I had to take a few days off. I did come here on Saturday, and then I tried my best to work on a guitar, but I just couldn't hold up, so I just took another few days off. And that was the guitar, the Squire guitar that I was live streaming. Just a couple of hours ago. Pel, is this a 0 or a capital O? Pelon Pelucas. Doing homework while watching this. Great. Yeah, great. Homework. Is that high school or? Yeah. Okay. And good to see you back. Thank you. Good to see you too. So I had something funny happened on Sunday, not this Sunday, 2 Sundays, yeah, 2 weeks. So what is today? Today is Monday. Is today Monday or Tuesday? I don't even know. What is it? No, today is Monday. So not Sunday yesterday, but the Sunday before, the week before. I have a, so I told the story in the previous live stream. I have a mat here with, I put a whole bunch of sanding beams on this, the Guitar Quackery logo here. You know, it's a work mat. I put it here for my customers to put their guitars on. So on Sunday when I came in, I come in and I see somebody put a jacket and a backpack on my mat. And I'm thinking, all right, who put his shit on my mat? But, you know, no big deal, right? So You know, I open the door, I'm doing my thing here. A couple of minutes later, Marcus Miller comes and picks up his stuff. So, oh, I got a call coming in. I can't take this call now. Hold on. Okay, I texted back. Can I call you later? Yeah, so Marcus Miller comes and picks up his jacket and backpack. So that was funny. Let me see what this is all about. Okay, sorry about this. Yeah, all right. So let me take maybe 2 crowning files, or maybe, how about 3 crowning files? Yeah, just making sure I'm equipped. Yeah, so Marcus Miller was rehearsing in Studio One, and he was the one that put his jacket and his backpack here. So I thought that was funny. Here, let's start recrowning. Yeah, there were a whole bunch of heavy hitters here on that day. Marcus Miller, Steve Jordan, and some other people. Let me see if this is the right size, or maybe this size. Let me see. Yeah, this is it. So they were all rehearsing in Studio One for I think a memorial concert or something. Concert performance. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm removing, sorry, another text message. Sorry, let me read this. I can't talk about this right now. Sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, so now I'm removing some of the surrounding material. So I have a bunch of crowning files. Basically 2 types of files. This type is the hardened steel type. So I use this as the coarse file that removes more material at once. So that's my coarse file, and then the diamond files are used for the finer work. And I keep hearing text messages. Okay, I'll just do the thumbs up and thumbs up for this. Cool. Sorry about that. These live streams are very casual, And this is just some personal messages. Something about leftover food. Okay. This should go fairly quickly because, you know, I didn't remove too much material from the frets. It is a refret. It's not a level crown and polish due to fret wear. And the frets were pretty evenly seated anyway, right? As you can see, I'm cleaning the file. You don't want the file to get clogged up. Sometimes it's easier to just remove the neck and do this on the bench. All right, so I'll do this this half from this side and the other half from the other side. It's a 2.25-inch radius, so it's quite a radius. I can't hit the base side from here because of the handle. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to hit the bass side from the treble side, if that makes sense, on these few frets here. And I'm barely pushing down on the frets right now. So it's important to clean the file because of a couple of reasons. First, when a file gets clogged up, it doesn't work too well. And the other reason is I marked off the frets in red, so I don't want shavings to accumulate in the middle and then scratch off the red, because it's going to give me a false reading. It's going to make it look as if the file is removing material. So I get these two diamond files. This one is the well-used one, so I almost kind of use it as a polishing file. just, you know, a couple of passes. This is the original Z file, but it's been used quite a lot. Yeah, and I do have a new one. Not a new one, a newer one. I use this one for finishing work. And I made a little tool that I'm going to show, that I'm going to use for the first time. That is really made after a tool that Ken Parker shows in a few of his videos for polishing frets. So I made my own version of that tool, which I will show you. I guess I'll do it on the bench. Yeah. Okay. So the diamond file actually leaves scratch marks. The other file doesn't. The hardened steel file. But the other file does leave little jaggedy marks on the side. So that's what I'm removing. Sometimes you can see them. Sometimes you can't see them, but they're there. And you just want to make sure to smooth out the crowns of the frets. This file has two sides, so I did flip it on my second pass. Okay, and now I do the same. I hit the I gotta hit the base side. Like I said, this is more polishing than recrowning that I'm doing now. So the first step in polishing. Okay. I can put these away now. Oh, that's the tool that I made. So why don't we have a quick look at that? I want to put some of the tools away first. Let me check the battery on my computer. 6 people watching, low battery. Okay. Six people watching. It's happening. Well, 5 people watching, because one of the 6 is my phone. So here we go. This is the little tool that I made. So it's two-sided. Ken Parker makes a one-sided version. And I made this on my milling machine. I made it two-sided because this is for a medium fret, and this is for, let's say, a jumbo fret. It's a little channel to hold the sandpaper. Okay? So I was improvising his method without the tool. I used just a crowning file. But I'm going to make a whole bunch of these tools for different fret sizes. And that's how I think I'll be polishing frets from now on. Yeah. Okay, so now I've been streaming this for how long? 51 minutes and 28 seconds. So I could just continue. I want to bring the bass here. Yeah, why don't I do that? Yeah, I'll do that. So let's take it off, and then I'll remove the neck. Hold on. Okay, because this doesn't take too long. Jigging it up takes sometimes longer than I really want to, so I wasn't streaming that part, but this shouldn't take too long. Okay. I made this neck jig. It's obviously a copy, knockoff of the Dan Early Wine neck jig. I hope he doesn't mind. Yeah, that's my phone. So now let's do this. Well, I came up with a few changes, right? So I want to make a video about it. But yeah, here it is. That's the bass. And now I am just going to take the neck off and then polish some frets. So at this point, I can bring this camera in, right? We don't need it anymore. I mean, we don't need it outside anymore. Okay. I need to buy one more camera and put it here permanently for the live streams. I'm spending too much money on cameras. So Jimmy says, sometimes I jig it up and people get upset. Ah. Okay. Maybe I missed the joke. I think. I don't know. Okay, so why don't we do this? Okay, life is complicated. Too many cameras. And too many guitars. I got too many guitars here right now, and half of them are giveaway guitars that I bought a whole bunch of guitars to do guitar giveaways, and it's becoming complicated. I did give away 3 guitars. I already recorded the videos. I'm still editing. I was going to do some editing over the weekend, because like I said, I took some time off, but I was just too exhausted, so I didn't do any editing. I did some sleeping and guitar playing. There. So, well, this is the neck removal, okay? So, here's the neck, and I'm gonna just put the body on the bench here. Let's put this away before the boogeyman takes it. This is expensive. Okay. Now, I am going to first clean the frets with acetone. Just want to take all that red off. So acetone isn't going to hurt the fingerboard. It evaporates very quickly. But there's still some red left. And I'll remove all that. Okay. I used to not remove it, just kind of like file it and sand it away. But it gets in the way. I can feel the difference if I'm filing bare metal or if it has this red marker on it. Okay, so this is bare wood. I'm not putting the acetone on the finish. And it evaporates very quickly. And now, you know what, I'm just also cleaning the actual wood grain, so might as well do it. Also, when I reglue a bridge, here I made a bridge for the other project, I also clean it with acetone first, by the way. I think it makes a difference. I think you can get a better glue joint. And I'm not saturating it with acetone. It's just, you know, damp. Okay, there. Time to polish. I will start with the 600 grit, P600. That's the one that I mark off in red. So the P400. So I have a system. So this is 600. And like that. Okay, that's the size. Yeah. Oh, I also want to protect the fingerboard. I'm forgetting something. Okay, almost forgot something. Okay. I am going to do some filing of the fret ends. Okay. So I got a couple of files. Not this one, this one. This one is the Fret Guru fret end dressing file, and I'm using the flat surface just to. Did I already do this? I think I did it. Yeah, because I'm not feeling any. Yeah, I don't think I need to do this. I think I already did that. Okay, I can skip it. Now this is the quarter round file. Just want to make these ends round. This is a really, really good file. So it's just so much easier to do this part of the job when the neck is off. And you can see how quick it is. Yeah, I think I remember doing this with this file when I was filing the fret ends. I did that, yeah. So when you use the angled file for the fret ends, it leaves a sharp edge, obviously. So that's what I'm filing right now. I'm taking away that sharp edge. And because it's a quarter round file, and I twist it like this, it ends up riding on top of the crown as well. Okay, we're done with this. Now I can smooth out this with sandpaper. This one is, in fact, 400 grit. Just the ends. Holding this at an angle. All right. Okay. And now I can do a pass with a 600 grit. That feels okay already. $800. Okay. And here, yeah, 1000. I'm clearly holding it at an angle, as you can tell. And that's pretty easy to do. There. So now I can start the crowning. Not the crowning, you know. Yeah, polishing the fret crowns. So I'll just use tape to protect the fingerboard. So now the fret has that brush metal look. Looks shiny, but like brush metal. Okay. Yeah, this is a somewhat long process. Okay. So it is the first time I'm using this tool, and I can see that it's wearing down the sandpaper in a different way than when I was improvising with the crowning file. So I hope this tool is good for this size fret. But here it's ripping it. Ah. Okay. So often I don't know what to say when I'm doing these live streams, I mean, if I explain what I'm doing with the first fret, it's pretty much the same with the second fret and the next one and the next one. And I never really meant for these live streams to be tutorials anyway. Oh wow, there's a whole bunch of chats on the screen. Okay. I just can't read them all. Is my sound working? I think so. Let's see if there's any. I'm crowning too. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, so you're crowning too. I guess you're like me. I watch guitar live streams as I work usually. Guitar channels. Not other techs, right? I don't think any other techs are live streaming. I'm not sure. But yeah, these live streams aren't really like conventional guitar channel live streams, unless I make them that way. I could just talk about something else, but I don't know what to talk about. I'm not inspired to talk about anything. Yeah. There's been some guitar news lately, but I don't really want to talk about that guitar news. I recently bought a, what is it called? So the company is Positive Grid. Oh, Spark 2 practice amp. Yeah, I had to return the first one and exchange it. It wasn't working properly. And then I did exchange it, and this one is working okay. The app crashes just like it did on the first one. If I play the what do they call it, Smart Jam or something? Yeah, there's some kind of AI jam. So there are 4 AI players, virtual players, that composers, I guess, that compose jam tracks based on what you play into the app. And the first one is always crashing on me. So it was doing that with the first Spark amp that I bought, but it also had some other issues. So then I exchanged it, and now I have the replacement unit. It's still crashing the AI jam tracks on that one player, but the other problems are no longer occurring. So yeah, I like it. I've been using it. But it could be better. First is the app. The app isn't that great for the Spark 2. Well, it's the same app, it's my understanding. It's the same app for all the Spark amplifiers, right? But it's not really a great app. I mean, it's okay, but not great. Then the Spark 2 does have a battery optional. Well, it has a battery compartment, and the battery is optional. So I wish that it came with a battery. Like when you used to buy a camcorder, it would come with a battery, and they would give you the low capacity battery just to get you going, and then you had the option to buy the high capacity battery. So I think the Spark 2 amp should come with, you know, the low capacity battery already included. Okay. The other thing that I wish was included was a wireless receiver, built-in receiver unit. So not necessarily the transmitter. I'd be okay buying the transmitter for the guitar separately, but I just don't like the idea that I need to plug in a receiver into the input jack of the amp. The unit already has built-in Wi-Fi and built-in Bluetooth. Why doesn't it have built-in a built-in receiver for the positive grid transmitter, right? It could just have it built in. So then you would just buy the little transmitter, plug it into your guitar, push the button on the amp, and you wouldn't need the receiver. And I would gladly pay extra. I would gladly have paid $50 extra just to have the receiver built in. So I don't know if they didn't think of that, or I don't know. What else don't I like about that? Yeah, those are the three main things, like the app, the battery, and the fact that it doesn't have a built-in receiver for the guitar signal. Okay, this looks okay already. See, I used one one tape for the first grit. Okay, one set of tape. Now the next grit will be, oh, here I have already half used. It'll be the 1000th grit. Jimmy, you are posting many messages. Thank you. You're gonna miss your flight. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Looks like this now. Like I said, brushed metal look. And now I'm just going to use the other grit. So I marked off in red the jumbo side. So I'm using the medium side now, right? Just like that. It's a really good system. Once again, this is I picked this up from Ken Parker from his channel. Ken Parker is the inventor of the Parker Fly guitar. Which is quite a revolutionary guitar, despite the fact that it isn't a design that appeals to many people. Yeah. So I've been streaming for an hour and a half. It says right here on the screen. Yeah, sometimes I wonder if this job is worth it, to be honest with you. Plumbers definitely make more money. There's only one problem. I don't want to be a plumber. I read somewhere that electricians in the US are the new millionaires, and I believe it. All right. YouTubers are millionaires. Some of them. Yes, so I make this on the milling machine, but I was only able to make 2 sizes because of the cutters that I have available. So I need to buy some additional cutting tools to make the little channel in different sizes. There. When I started working as a repair tech, I thought it would result in me playing more. And quite the opposite is true. I think I play less because I work on guitars all day. Less than I used to. And yeah. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the buffing tonight. I think I'm just going to end it with this grit and then do the rest next time. Not sure. I haven't posted any videos on my main channel in over a month. I've been focused on these live streams. I've recorded stuff for the main channel, but it takes a bit of time to edit, so I haven't done any editing lately. 5 more. What can I talk about? I don't know. I do come up with some ideas when I'm not here, like when I'm having breakfast, and then I say to myself, oh yeah, I could talk about that next time I'm live streaming. And I don't write it down. So by the time I'm here, I completely forget what I had in mind. I think I want to get back into building guitars. Yeah, I'm kind of I got tangled up with repairs, but I used to be a builder, and now I'm just doing repair work. So, but I was a builder before I was a repair technician. And I haven't even shown any of my guitars on my channel. Not yet. But I think that building might be a better thing for me than repair work. I don't know. Okay, looks good. Now, the question is, do I want to continue? Or should I... Well, I've been streaming this part of the project for 1 hour and 40 minutes. And I need to take care of some other things as well. So I think I'm going to end it. Chris, takes more than patience to do what you do. My hat's off to you. I think you're addressing me, right? I think. Yeah, thank you. Sometimes I have a hard time dealing with potential customers, more so than customers. Today I had to turn down 2 potential customers. One of them just wanted a repair of, he showed me his guitar, strap button. And I don't do that as a standalone repair. I do it as a part of a full service if the guitar needs that. So he said that he had a setup done recently, and the guitar has been sitting for 9 months. So I don't know if he meant that recently, 9 months ago, or, but yeah, I just do a full service. That's all I offer. It doesn't make sense to me to interrupt my workflow just to fix a strap button. And sometimes it's more work than people realize to fix a strap button. Yeah, it depends what needs to be done. Another guy came. Actually, he started talking to me here during the previous live stream that I was streaming today, right? Something about his volume pot. And I said, let's talk later. And then when I was jigging up this bass outside before this live stream that you're watching now, he came to me and he said, yeah, something, volume pot, this and that. I don't even know what he was trying to say. And I said, yeah, I can fix your volume pot, but as part of a full service on your bass. And he said the bass only needs the volume pot repair. So I had to turn that down as well. I try to explain that I only do a full service on guitars or basses. I don't have a cost-effective way to stop doing what I'm doing just to fix an output jack or a strap button or a volume pot. It's not worth it for me. And yeah, and I also don't want to take their instrument, put it in the queue, and have them wait 3 or 4 weeks before I can fix the strap button. But I don't want to skip too much. I mean, I don't really always work in the order that I receive the instruments, but I try to. And if I have too many customers to deal with, then, there's just more people to deal with. I don't think it's effective for me to do that. And I have very limited storage space. So, yeah, I don't want to be sitting on a bunch of little strap button repairs and output jack repairs and then having to deal with customers and make appointments to pick them up, etc. It's just not worth it for me. Before, when I first set up the shop here in this location, I would utilize the people who work here at the studio. This is Bob Elliott's Music Makers NY. They have a front desk. So I would, have them help when people come and pick up their instruments. If I'm not here, they can pay through them, etc. But I talked to Bob, who's the owner of the studio, and that really doesn't work for them. There's just too much responsibility, and I get it. So now I need to make an appointment to make sure that people come that that I will be here, because I'm not here just all the time. And it's just not worth it for me for a strap button repair to make an appointment. And how much am I going to charge for that, right? They expect to pay $30 maybe, right, to tighten the strap button. So Oh, Rubbish Guitar Bloke is back. Yeah, thanks for streaming. Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. Chris, I don't know what kind of humidifier you have. I have two, but the one I own leaves like a very thin white film on everything. Does yours? Very good question. Well, let me show you my main humidifier. Okay, that's the main one. Maybe from an angle. Okay. Here it is. This is an evaporative humidifier. And 48% relative humidity around here. And that's an evaporative humidifier. It has a wick. That's why it says CF check filter. They mean the wick, which is there. That one, this one, does not leave any kind of white film or anything of that nature. This one is my auxiliary humidifier. I just like to have it next to me when it's really dry, but I don't really want to run it all the time, because yes, it will do that. It has a piezoelectric vibrating disc, right? That's so this is the same as what's called a smoke machine or a vape thing, right? What do you call it? Vape machine? I don't know what you call it. Electronic cigarettes. And those are very unhealthy, by the way, right? So that same white film you're referring to, it is my understanding that, you know, you're inhaling that, and now I'm inhaling it, right? So yeah, these can over-humidify, and the evaporative humidifiers cannot over-humidify. I don't think so. So yeah, maybe I shouldn't be inhaling this. In my house, I have evaporative humidifiers only. I used to have this, and I noticed when I was using the gas stove with natural gas, the flames would turn red. So natural gas needs to burn blue flames. And I read somewhere, you can read online, that if natural gas burns red, it is producing carbon monoxide. So now, I'm not sure that the humidifiers that I was using in the house that were making the flames burn red and orange made the stove produce carbon monoxide. I don't really know that, but I just didn't like the color, so I said there's something about these humidifiers, and even if I had it in the other room, 2 rooms away, the flames on my stove in the kitchen would turn orange and red. So I decided not to use them, and also because they can over-humidify the surrounding area. So I think that evaporative humidifiers are much better. At home, I have 2 evaporative humidifiers that use rotating discs, so they don't have a wick like this one does. And I also have one a bigger one like this with a wick. So, yeah. I'm still trying to find the best, ideal humidifier. Oh, by the way, the nut, yeah. If you watch one of the previous live streams on this playlist, you will see I had to fix the nut shelf, and this nut will be held just by friction and friction alone. And look at that. It doesn't move at all. Let me zoom in a little bit. So that's the nut, and you can't pull it out. So if I move it a little bit, now I can lift it maybe, not even. Yeah, so I won't be gluing this nut at all. Look at that. It's, yeah, there you go. Okay. So this is the original nut, but the fingerboard was really thick here. So that made the shelf really shallow, and I had to cut it deeper. And I'm really happy with the outcome, because now the original nut is really nice and tight. Really nice and tight. And I won't be gluing it. No need to glue it. It's kind of like on a classical guitar, on a better classical guitar, not a Cordoba. The nut is just held by friction alone. Okay, but even, okay, I'm sorry. Try distilled. It takes about the whole winter to actually notice it. Well, I mean, distilled water gets expensive, right? At home, I have a whole house filter, so I use filtered water for my humidifiers, which is better than nothing. It's not distilled water. Okay, friends, I am tired, so I'm gonna wrap it up here, if you don't mind. Yeah. And I will see you soon, okay? Thank you for watching, and let's talk soon.